I never imagined life could unravel so quickly. One minute I was brushing him off, dismissing his concerns as oversensitivity. The next, he was quietly zipping a suitcase, leaving as if I were just another stranger passing through his life. My name is Emily. I'm 27. If I could undo one single choice, it would be the night I sided with someone unworthy of my loyalty over the man who had always loved me. That night marked the beginning of everything falling apart. It started a few years back on a lazy Sunday morning. I was running late for brunch, of course. By the time I arrived, Noah was already finishing his second mimosa. He greeted me with one of his classic smirks, teasing me about how I even managed to make tardiness look stylish. That was Noah, always playful, always familiar. He had been a part of my life since high school, through every heartbreak, every reckless night, every mistake I made. He was the friend who would answer my 2 a.m. texts when the rest of the world stayed silent. We had kissed a few times, but it was never serious, for me at least. Noah was the fallback, the safety net I never questioned. Then Jacob entered my life. Jacob wasn't flashy or loud. He was calm, grounded, someone whose presence made the chaos in my life fade into quiet. He was a civil engineer, yet he spoke of bridges and roadways with such reverence it felt like poetry. We met at a wedding when he accidentally spilled wine on my dress and apologized like I was royalty. That small moment led to coffee, dinner, and eventually something real. The first 6 months with Jacob were like living inside a dream. He remembered the tiniest details about me, how I liked my coffee, the flowers I loved on random days, the moments when I needed patience rather than judgment. He supported me through my meltdowns without ever making me feel burdensome. For the first time I felt genuinely seen. He even welcomed Noah into the picture at first. But Noah didn't make it easy. He mocked Jacob behind his back, calling him Mr. Spreadsheet, joking that he would always be my number one. I laughed, but part of me knew it wasn't just amusement. I wanted, somewhere deep down, it to be true. Jacob never lashed out, but I could see the tension. Sometimes he would ask softly, "Did you ever have feelings for Noah?" I brushed it off with a laugh. Of course not. He's just a friend. But my late-night text told a different story. Inside jokes, nostalgic references, memories Jacob would never know. I silenced my phone, turned it face down. I told myself it was just avoiding arguments. Deep down I knew it was more. The breaking point came on the night I lied. Jacob's birthday was approaching, and I told him I had to work late. Instead, I went to Noah's apartment. Nothing happened physically. We just watched a movie. But when he leaned in and whispered, "I miss how it used to be," it stirred something I didn't want to admit. The next morning, Jacob made pancakes, kissed my forehead as he always did. I wanted to confess, but I swallowed my guilt. I convinced myself it wasn't serious, not enough to destroy what we had. 2 weeks later, Jacob looked at me with a clarity that made my stomach twist. "I love you," he said. "But I need you to block Noah. Not to control you, but because it feels like he's sitting between us, and I'm tired of feeling like the outsider in my own relationship." I laughed. I mocked him, called him insecure. I didn't see the courage in his quiet resolve. I'll never forget the calm way he nodded, walked to the closet, and began packing. I begged. I cried. I screamed. He didn't move. "This isn't just about Noah," he said softly. "It's about the way you made me feel small for wanting boundaries. Like I was weak for wanting respect. I'm not weak. I just know what I deserve." And with that he left. No slammed doors, no shouting. Just silence. That night I turned to Noah, hoping his presence would dull the pain. But he was distant, glued to his phone, barely present. And in that emptiness I finally understood. Noah had never been my anchor. He was just a distraction, a fleeting thrill. And when secrecy was gone, so was he. Weeks turned into months. Jacob didn't respond to my desperate emails. I watched as life went on around him. He moved into a new apartment, exercised, posted a smiling photo with his sister's dog. Meanwhile I fell apart. I cut Noah from my life completely, deleted texts, erased photos, started therapy. I forced myself to confront the consequences of my choices, to stop hiding behind excuses. It's been 9 months. I'm cautiously dating someone new. But Jacob lingers in my mind, not because I want him back, but because he showed me what real love looks like. Love that sets boundaries. Love that refuses to beg for respect. Love strong enough to walk away when it's no longer safe to stay. For a long time I thought blocking someone was petty. Now I see it for what it is, strength. Cutting ties isn't about punishing someone else. It's about protecting yourself. Jacob wasn't weak when he walked out. He was brave. And by closing that chapter, he wasn't giving up on love. He was choosing himself.